This sweet, sweet, seductive little video is protected by fair use. It is for free. It is not for profit. You can share this freely, far and wide. It is for the purposes of commentary and criticism and teaching. Teaching. Imagine that. Teaching something real in this realm. Real and true. Showing you something here, people. Showing you something here. Please don't be a dumbass. Like this video. It takes half a second and it puts you in good company with the others that like these videos. Support the channel. It's free. Half a second. Like the video right now so you don't forget. Make sure that you're subscribed to all of my channels, including Crimes of Beauty, El Diablo's channel, and The Sanity Machine, the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop. And that's what it is. This video is for mature audiences only. It's not for the short little gingies that are too short to get on the rides and the roller coasters. It's not for you. Go somewhere else if you're that tiny. I'm sorry, but if you're a male and you're, that small, this channel probably isn't for you. If you can't take any gingy jokes, it's probably not for you. There's a few things here. There's strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy. And joy, which means to be in joy. Live in joy. I want you to have some joy today. Some laughs and some joy. Laughter. That was El Diablo. He had to chime in there, of course. He's the superstar of this channel, the mascot. Behold! Behold! Before we begin, sorry, I had to do that. This is a piece of my artwork. Some of you have seen this already a little while ago, months ago, I think. I was going to work on shirts. I still didn't. I've been busy doing so many things, but this is a design for a shirt for the Sanity Machine, which some people have been requesting, saying, hey, don't you have shirts for the Sanity Machine? If you had a shirt, I'd buy one, I'd wear one, I'd love one, all that stuff. So this is a combination of various pieces of my artwork, drawings. This is a wild stallion horse that I drew in pen and ink, and an owl. So you can see the owl's eye here, and you can see how it blends in. There's the horse's eye, and that's part of his beak here. Here's the one of the ears. Here's the other ear. Here's the ear. An ear. Sorry, I'm trying to speak too quickly here. And then there's esoteric symbols within this. Some are kind of slightly obscured, hidden, but it's all in there. I can show you that full piece. So it's actually 3 works of art that I combined. 3 works of art that weren't digital that I combined digitally. And I love to do that. I love to layer things that way. I've always enjoyed that. I was scolded in kindergarten for drawing one drawing on top of another. And here I am many decades later still doing it defiantly. Okay? Because I enjoy it. I like seeing something and going, what all is in there? There's many layers in there. And I've always liked that, not just with my own artwork, but looking at someone else's art that's layers and layers and layers. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Can you imagine that? Enjoying something in this hell realm when they don't want you to enjoy anything. They want you to have no enjoyment here, and I rebel against that. I will have fun. I'll make my own fun, even if I am in hell, no matter what, and I will try to have fun with others and have laughs with others and joyful moments. And I don't want to sound like a Hallmark card here, precious moments with others, but you get what I'm saying. I'm a Gen Xer, okay? So I do have a kind of a sarcastic bent or twist to my sense of humor and my personality. That's built into me from, growing up fast as a kid, we'll say. We're the generation of the original latchkey kids, okay? Come home from school and there's no parents there. And if you were too young, you had a babysitter, and once you were old enough, or one of you was old enough, sibling, let's say, older sibling, then you didn't have a babysitter, and you had to fucking put up with their torture if you had a psychopathic, cruel sibling, older sibling that was in charge, and they'd try to feed you stuff that you hated or mix up things and just do shit to torment you and torture you. So some of us dealt with that in childhood, and we developed a biting sense of humor, biting wit, sarcasm, all that type of stuff, and mindset where we're not wimpy if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, you know, basically maybe 19, I don't know, like it's a range of Gen Xers. You could have been 20-something when Nirvana was around, let's say in the 90s, and all the great bands out of Seattle and the Northwest, and it shook things up. And it's probably what I enjoyed the most was that today. We need not just in music, we need people to shake things up, shake them up and wake them up. Okay? And I said at the beginning of my channel that I was going to turn these shill channels upside down and grab them by the ankles and shake them until the shekels fall out of their pockets. And I have been doing that. And they really hate that. They hate that they see me as someone that's taking money out of their pockets. Not for myself, because I'm not monetized. I've chosen not to monetize my channels. No ads, no monetization, no membership clubs, no begging for donations, begging for shekels, no PayPal, no Patreon, no GoFundMe. No, none of the stuff they're all doing. Cash App. Just look at their channels and the list of ways to send them shekels. And it's miles long. And you won't see that here. So there is a big difference right off the bat that some people notice when they get here. They're like, but you're not asking for money. What's going on? What's the catch? What's going on? Well, I don't believe in selling the truth. The truth isn't a product. I share it freely. I don't like to share truth with swine, though, with demons. They don't deserve it. The ones that are brutal and violent and harm others and sex offenders, they're disgusting. They belong in this realm. They belong here, and that's where they're going to stay. But anyway, this video is more than about the artwork. But I did want to talk about this, and I also like to sometimes slowly go into my videos, like slowly getting into, a hot bath or something, and just taking it that way. But also, it filters out the morons that say, get to it, and, the ones that just want me to sum up the soul trap in 60 seconds. It filters them out. It filters out the impatient, the ones that don't appreciate my channel or appreciate me. They just want me to be like a jukebox where they hit the button without even putting in any money because it's free. Free jukebox where they push a button and they want me to just start singing a song for them. They want me to do what they want, and I don't operate that way. I'm not a fucking machine. I'm not a jukebox. And they don't even understand what my channel name is about. That's enough to confuse the low-level demons. The Sanity Machine, he's not sane though. Why does he call himself the Sanity Machine? They're just losers. They don't understand poetry. They don't understand anything really. But this is an earlier design for the Sanity Machine artwork. Okay, and not just on shirts, but I might put this on various things, a bunch of things, and other designs I'm working on with my artwork. So I don't just pay somebody to make shirts or make something. It's by me, okay? That's what I do. I work on things and I create things. And this is 3 different pieces layered together. 3 in 1, you might call it. 3 in 1. The Trinity. There's 3 here. It's holy. It's the Trinity. Sorry, I'm being a bit silly with that. It's not the Trinity. Don't worry, Christians. I'm not blaspheming your Trinity or your quote God here, your monster. But this is not the Holy Trinity. This is Holy Saint Stephen's artwork. Behold, behold, behold. Anyway, I'm going to move on with the video now, though. I really do hope that you enjoy this. Not just enjoy my artwork, but enjoy what's coming in the video. And I'm going to show you a few things here that I don't see others on YouTube speaking about. as usual. In for a little treat today. A lot of people have talked about Orwell. They called him a visionary, a prophet. His book was not about the future. It was 1984, and he written in 1948. He just reversed the last two numbers, and that's what they do. They invert things, they reverse things. Crowley style, Satanists do that, and one's dark occultist and one's connected with the system. And George Orwell was not his real name, but he was very connected with the system, with spying, with the government in the UK, with the political system, with all of it. He was well connected. So he was privy to information that the regular average Joe or average Jane in the UK back then would not have had access to know about at all. And I'm going to get into this, but why did there's truthers that just don't understand this. They think, well, his book is all over. There's truthers that just don't understand this. They think that his book is just all over, which it is, published, still in print all over the world. Why do they allow this if he's connected? If it was just, you can't rebel against the system, and they own the publishing companies, they would have never had his book see the light of day. Do you not understand this, that it was controlled in 1948, just like it is today? So there's a reason why this is allowed. Okay? It isn't that Orwell was exposing them and they just can't stop him from publishing it. It's been allowed all this time. It's been allowed. It was required reading in high school when I was in high school in an advanced English class. That was one of the books that year. Can't remember what grade. It might have been 10th grade. That we had to read was Orwell's 1984. And I think it might have been the same year that we had to read Huxley's Brave New World, or maybe it was the next year. But do you understand that they put it in plain sight? They do this on purpose. It's not hidden from you. He wasn't some rebel that just slipped through the bars of the system. So people idolize these characters and they have no idea, no clue in the world who they are. And that is annoying after you've been into this for years and years. Just seeing it endlessly. Oh, he was a visionary. He could see the future. He could see the times that we're living in. You don't have a fucking inkling of a clue. Okay? If you're thinking that, believing that. You don't have a thimbleful of a clue. Not a clue. Anyway, here's an excerpt from the book. Happens to start right here. Saying, nothing exists except through human consciousness. They're telling Winston this, okay? Brian is telling Winston this. But the rocks are full of the bones of extinct animals, mammoths and mastodons and enormous reptiles. The dinosaurs, he didn't use that term, but enormous reptiles, which lived here long ago before man was ever heard of. You ever seen those bones, Winston? He's replying. That was Winston that believes in the dinosaurs. And he replies, O'Brien's replying here. Have you ever seen those bones, Winston? Of course not. 19th century biologists invented them. Before man, there was nothing. After man, if he could come to an end, there would be nothing. Outside of man, there is nothing. So what is the truth drop there? It's not just that they fake the dinosaur bones, which they do. In the museums, those are not real bones. Okay? Do you understand this? I'm hoping to break through to people with this. These are topics to research. And it's interesting that it's right in a book written in 1948. Okay? Truth drops. Because he was an insider. But here where he says, outside man there is nothing. That's a huge truth drop. That's what this whole place is about. Vegans, of course, don't understand this because they're anti-human. They hate humans, and they're vitamin deficient, and they can't think, and their brains are shrinking and everything else. They can't understand. They think that nature, it's about nature and being holy. They don't understand nature. They don't understand the brutality of the design. They don't understand life, eating life. They don't understand. And they probably never will. They probably never will in this lifetime. They'll have to come back. This is all about our spirits, this place. It's all about mind-fucking you and being entertained by you and draining you. Not just of, quote, loosh or energy, like a battery, but spiritually draining you and degrading you. So once you have an awareness of what's going on, that lessens it tremendously, which pooyah, and others don't understand. They don't get it. That guy that was attacking me and saying, why don't you, talking about S, the capital S, and saying this place degrades you. No shit. No shit it does. I'm aware of that. Does that mean there's nothing to learn here? There's people learning every day by the videos that I'm producing. He doesn't get it. He's stupid. Stupid. And when you have an awareness of what's going on, they can't just drain the shit out of you the way that they can do to the zombies out in the streets that just buy everything that they're pushed, that they're selling. They buy what they're selling, what the entities are selling is what I'm saying. They gobble it up. So are they being drained? Yes, at a fast pace. Are we, let's say somebody at my level of awareness, are we drained the same way? No. No. It's not all the same. We're not all equal, and it's not happening to us at the same rate. We're different. And this is where some people are so lost. Well, you look human. We're all the same. But it's just like, that's programming that you've been fed your whole life, some of you. Younger ones that are 20-something. You've heard that shit your whole life. We're not the same. We're not all equal. And if you have awareness, you can put up shields and protect yourself against a lot of the shit that is going on here. Not the physical suffering, obviously, because you're in a meat suit. Okay? Anyway, carrying on with the reading from Orwell's 1984, and this is fair use. The whole universe is outside us. Look at the stars. Some of them are 1 million light years away. They are out of our reach forever. And this was Winston saying that. And then O'Brien replies, "What are the stars?" said O'Brien indifferently. "They are bits of fire a few kilometers away. We could reach them if we wanted to, or we could blot them out. The earth is the center of the universe. The sun and the stars go round it." Huge truth drop. For people that have not looked into the flat earth, they won't understand that. For the ones that have, you will understand. You will understand that this is true. That we're stationary on earth. We are stationary. You don't feel this spinning and flying because we're not flying and we're not spinning around at all. The earth is stationary. The sun and the stars do move around it. Okay? Like they show you in planetariums on the ceiling. And made another convulsive movement. This time he did not say anything. O'Brien continued as though answering a spoken objection. For certain purposes, of course, that is not true. When we navigate the ocean, or when we predict an eclipse, we often find it convenient to assume that the earth goes round the sun and that the stars are millions upon millions of kilometers away. But what of it? Do you suppose it is beyond us to produce a dual system of astronomy? The stars can be near or distant, according as we need them. Do you suppose our mathematicians are unequal to that? Have you forgotten doublethink? Exactly. And they also sometimes wear 2 watches, and they have a dual system of time. Okay? There's such a thing as lunar time. These dark occultists and the ones that are into certain things, Freemasons, for example, I call them the two watches club. Okay. McKinley would not understand this because he'll say the math adds up. The math adds up for the other. He doesn't get it. He doesn't read books. He's never read Orwell's 1984. Matt McKinley has said he doesn't study, doesn't research. He doesn't read books. Chrissy Pissy Shateris has said he doesn't read books, never read a book in his life. I'm not saying that books have all the answers, but they do have truth drops and clues quite often like this. And I do read books. I have read books. I've read 1984 3 times. Okay, I've read this book, and I'll mention it now. The thumbnail is a photo by me of the book 1984. I'm not showing off my books, but there's a lot of copyrighted covers of 1984, and I don't want to get burned for copyright. So if I take my own photo rather than just downloading one to use off of Google Images or whatever search engine, it's better the way I'm doing it because it's my own photo. I can take a photo of books on my shelf without getting burned for copyright. Do you understand? So I'm not showing off my whole bookshelf or all my books. It's just zoomed in showing that book, Orwell's 1984. And there's better covers of other Orwell 1984 books than what I have. There's one-eye symbols. There's ones that are more revealing than my particular book cover, the copy that I have had for many years. Pretty old. Okay? But you see what I'm saying? There's more artistic and more revealing covers that I could use, but they're copyrighted, so I just don't want to risk it with that. So I just took a photo of the cover of one of mine. As for the stars, this is a huge truth drop, this whole thing. This whole thing. This whole paragraph here. And all of this. All of this. From the dinosaurs to the distance of the light years, millions of light years is false. They've duped people. They've duped humanity on all of it. And if you look into Flat Earth, it matches up with what's said here in 1984 perfectly. About as perfectly as you could get. If you do the research beyond just this. That's what I'm talking about. And the people that know, they're nodding their heads saying, yeah, I've done the Flat Earth research. And they're saying to themselves, what Stephen's saying right now is true. Because it is true. Okay, we're going to carry on with the reading here. Right after, have you forgotten doublethink? So I just want to say there is a double system of astronomy with the flat and the globe and the model of a Copernicus with the Earth going around the sun. They can do it both ways. Mathematically, it works both ways. Okay, they can do that. Carrying on with the reading, and that's directed at the Matt McKinley fans. Okay, they are stupid for following him. Winston shrank back upon the bed. Whatever he said, the swift answer crushed him like a bludgeon. And yet he knew that he was in the right. The belief that nothing exists outside of your own mind, surely there must be some way of demonstrating that it was false. Had it not been exposed long ago as a fallacy? There was even a name for it, which he had forgotten. I believe that's solipsism. That's what they're getting at there. And that's something that Matt McKinley dabbles in. Okay? A faint smile twitched the corners of O'Brien's mouth as he looked down at him. I told you, Winston, he said, that metaphysics is not your strong point. And I'm going to add in here, and it's not Matt McKinley and his followers' strong point, and others on YouTube, with YouTube channels that are extremely ignorant and not capable of going into this. And they're too lazy to do it anyway. Carrying on. The word you are trying to think of is solipsism. But you are mistaken. This is not solipsism. Collective solipsism, if you like, but that is a different thing. In fact, the opposite thing. All this is a digression. He added in a different tone, the real power The power we have to fight for night and day is not power over things, but power over men. Paused, and for a moment assumed again his air of a schoolmaster, questioning a promising pupil. How does one man assert his power over another, Winston? Winston thought, by making him suffer, he said. Exactly, by making him suffer. Obedience is not enough. Unless he is suffering, how can you be sure that he is obeying your will and not his own? Power is in inflicting pain and humiliation. Power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes. Page 175 of that edition. All right? Read that last part again. Power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes. It's about suffering of this realm. Obedience is not enough. Exactly. Exactly. They don't just want obedience, they want you to suffer. They are sadistic, the entities that rule this place. Not just the ones at the top of the pyramid that you can point to. The Rothschilds, if you got rid of them, it's still evil in this place. Still suffering. The entities that run this matrix want you to suffer. Get off on it. And it controls you. As for the last part, power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes. That reminds me of Dr. Ewan Cameron in Psychic Driving, the sleep mind control, MK Ultra, CIA experiments at a Canadian psychiatric hospital in Quebec, somewhere close to, in Montreal or close to Montreal. Can't think of the name of the hospital at this moment, but I have studied that years and years. It's been a long time, many years ago. I wrote things about that probably 20 years ago, trying to expose that. Of course, most, quote, truther channels on YouTube defend psychiatry and believe in it, and they know nothing about the history of it. Nothing. They're completely ignorant, and that's the norm with YouTube, truthers. So when people talk about this channel and this other channel being high quality, or, man, you got a lot to learn. Got a lot to learn. They follow psychiatry. They'll label me. They'll try to smear me. They have not studied what I have studied, not even close. And I think, this is my thoughts, I think it would take them lifetimes to catch up to me if they started studying right now, hardcore. I don't think they could do it in this lifetime. I don't think they could do it. I study this realm. I have for decades. I make no apologies for that. I expose things that are corrupt and evil in this realm. Again, I make no apologies for doing that. None. And I understand the psychiatric system. I understand the mind control involved, the CIA involvement, the experiments they've done, all sorts of things. Electroshock, insulin injections, deep sleep experiments, psychic driving, putting patients in a coma state for 30 days straight and programming them with messages on headphones, programming them 24/7. They've done all kinds of things for mind control. So they tear your mind apart, and then they put the pieces back together in new shapes. They try to mold and shape the human mind. They've been doing these experiments for a long, long time in this realm. Truthers go around saying, I mean, they're just incredibly fucking supportive of an evil, sick system of demons, and they belong here. A lot of content creator truth channels, they belong here. Say it again. They belong here. They're not helping you. You might be deceived when you're on these shitty channels like Perpetual Pervert and a whole bunch of them that have slandered me. Dozens have slandered me. They don't have the knowledge. They're ignorant. They don't have a moral compass. They don't have ethics. They follow the mainstream evil. So they're on team evil. Okay? So anyway, I wanted to show you this to expose this. There's many levels to this, what's in here. And it's showing you how this realm works. And for the ones that are really slow, and there are people that are slow, they'll say, well, he was just a visionary in 1948. No, he was an insider. He was privy to insider information about how this realm works, flat earth, how the globe model is fake, fake space, it goes on, psychiatry, the experiments, mind control experiments way back in the 1930s, 40s, whenever. He was privy to the dual system of astronomy, how they use suffering for mind control and for obedience, and obedience is not enough, what they want to do, how they want to own your minds. It's about the stars, the fake dinosaurs. All of this is just in one page. So you want to talk about a page that's full of truth drops. There's a hell of a lot in here that's full of fucking truth drops. Okay? I want you to understand that. And there's other, quote, truther channels that do these reviews on the book 1984, and they never even focus on this page. They don't get it, or they really didn't read the book. They read a paragraph synopsis, lazy truther style that they all want. They want this short synopsis, and they don't go deeply into things. So I've already made a video now on this page. I could make a video on this book. I wouldn't say page by page, because certain pages don't have nearly as much packed into them as this particular page, but analysis is kind of my thing. It's kind of my forte, in a sense. I have a bit more of an analytical mind than an artistic, creative mind. I lean a little bit more to the logical and analytical. Around 60-40 split, something like that. So, some people can't see that because they see my artwork and they think, well, he's just an artist. He's just creative and imaginative and he's a daydreamer, which I am. But I'm still a little bit more, slightly more analytical minded. Logic, reason, analyzing things. Seeing patterns, seeing truth drops in fiction like this. This is supposed to be a fictional, book, but it's just this page here is loaded with truth drops. It's right in your face, and it's called Hidden in Plain Sight, and it's called Revelation of the Method. Magic is stronger, and they believe this fully, dark occultists. Magic works stronger. It's much stronger when you show the target or the enemy of the magic the trick, and it still works on them. It doesn't just give them duper's delight. It's beyond that. It makes them feel powerful that they can even show you, and it will still work on you. So they're showing you truth here. 33 minutes, 33 seconds just went by. They're showing you truth here, and they're just calling it fiction. So it's hidden in fiction. And they do the same thing in TV commercials. They do the same thing in corporate logos. They do the same thing in movies. They do the same thing in comic books. They do the same thing all over this realm. On billboards, wherever. Magazines. Okay? But you might have to watch a whole movie and there's just one little truth drop, one little nugget. This is a gold mine, this page. It's not just a nugget, it's a gold mine. Just this page is a gold mine. And once you've looked into flat earth, you'll look at this and go, yeah, he knew. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it that he knew this when writing this, and who knows how many years before this. He had insider knowledge, he had esoteric knowledge, occulted, which means hidden, kept hidden knowledge, secret hidden knowledge about this realm, this system, how the sun and the moon, the stars work, how close they are, everything. It's all in here. It's all in here. The dual system of astrology, it's all in here. So I don't think you will see another video on YouTube about Orwell, covering Orwell the way that I've just done in this video. It's not boasting. I'm just saying you have to watch the video to understand that what I'm doing is different. I'm not just saying that Orwell talks about a boot stomping on the face and all the cliche shit that 1,000 or 10,000 other channels have covered over the years. I don't think they've covered this page in depth like this. Okay? And exposed it and analyzed it and shown you what he's saying and what it means and how close to the truth it is on this page. Right? So I want you to understand that, people. Okay? A lot of soul trap channels that will never go into this at all, this type of thing, at all. They never go near it.
Excuse me, are you going to talk about me again? I just want the shekels. I'll just keep analyzing the same stupid near-death experiences and never call any of them fake or fishy or suspect. Just donate. Join my last Sheckelheimers Club. I'm the Shekels Meister. You know who I am. Tiny hat, the big nose. Big nose. I love those shekels. I love them.
That's one of them, okay? That creature is one of them. But there's lots that never go into this stuff. And please, just please spare me any excuses. Don't make up stupid, shitty excuses for them, for demons. Don't say they don't know, Stephen, or they focus on other things, or they don't charge for all truth on their shit. Like, just spare me those fucking stupid excuses. Don't make excuses for demons. Get out of that habit. Not just with me and my channel. In your daily life. Don't make excuses for demons. If you got a demonic family member, don't make excuses if some good-hearted family member, speaks out about them and then you start making these fucking excuses. Don't do that. Don't make excuses for abusers, for demons, for liars, for all this shit. That's a part of the path of being a moral being. Stop making fucking excuses for evil, for Team Evil. They steal your money, they lie to you, they fucking dupe you, they string you along, they gatekeep you from the real truth, and then here there's truthers, dozens and hundreds and thousands of them, making these goddamn excuses that are weak and pathetic and stupid and actually annoying. Really annoying. It makes me think less of you when you make excuses for demons. Automatically. It's not personal. It's no matter who does that. I kind of cringe and go, why are they defending a fucking demon? That's my natural response. No matter who you are. If my best friend in the world started doing that, face to face, making up excuses for demonic abusers and violent abusers, and I won't say what types of abuse, but you can imagine, and if they started making excuses for them and enabling them and trying to defend them against truth, and I'm there calling them out and saying they're a fucking abuser, they're violent, they're demonic, of course, automatically I'm going to recoil going, why is someone that I hang out with defending this evil? Don't do it. Get out of that that's a really terrible habit. It's beyond a bad habit. Get out of doing that if you're doing that. Anyone listening to this, don't do that. Don't do it on here, on YouTube. Don't do it with your family, friends, whoever. People that have harmed you or harmed family members, don't defend the fucking demons. And this is very important. Some people giggle at this like they haven't grown up or matured. That could really bite you in the ass. If you keep defending the demons until you leave here, someone might slam the gate in your face and say, fuck you. You're with them. Stay with the Team Evil demons. Down there forever. So don't do it. Don't do it. You're hurting the victims of their crimes. You're not helping yourself. You're not making yourself look better. You're making yourself less trustworthy. It's bad all the way around, every way that you look at it. I don't think some of you have even thought about it when you're doing it. You have this instinct to automatically defend evil and defend demons and abusers. Don't do it. Don't do it. It could be very costly. There are going to be consequences in this realm. So anyway, I'm going to end this here. And that is very important. I don't care if you think, oh, why is he so passionate about that? It matters. It matters what you do. You better consider that. No one has told you before. I'm telling you now. You better think of that. Don't defend demons. Stop defending them everywhere in this realm. Low level to the top. Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.